Alright, Blazing Dominion gets more support with stuff for rank 10 trains, a support wave I was literally not expecting at all, and I kind of forgotten about, but glad that they didn't. And it was kind of one of those themes I kind of like just for the rank 10 aspect. But anyway, let's begin. So we start off with Heavy Knight Bagel Dagger, which is a level 10 Earth machine with 500 attack, 3000 defense, and the first effect can be normal summon without tributing, which is already pretty nice as you're bringing out level 10 on the board, especially when it could trigger the second effect where hard once per turn, if this card's no more special summon, you can special summon one Earth machine from your hand, which will literally give you another monster so you could go for a rank 10 play, or in some cases one of your level 4s, and then after that use one of their effects to get you another level 10. And then to the third effect, which is also hard once per turn, if your opponent activates a card or effect during the turn, you can special summon one rank 10 Earth machine from your extra deck using this card you control as material, and it's treated as Exceed Summon. It's too bad this is not a quick effect, because that would have been nice if it was a quick effect just to dodge some effects, but in some cases you could actually just use this on your opponent's turn, so that is pretty helpful right there, but mainly for the first two effects just to summon your stuff, and then of course just do your rank 10 play. And then we go to Naughty Lucent Train Blue Traveler, which is a level 10 Earth machine with 2500 attack and defense, and the first effect is hard once per turn where you can discard this card to add one train connection or one revolving switch yard from your deck or graveyard to your hand, aka search for one of your main engine cards basically, or recycle, with the second effect being a once per duel. If this card's in the graveyard, you can target one other Earth machine monster in your graveyard, special summon it along with this card, but you are restricted to summoning from your extra deck for machines for the rest of the turn if you're doing extra deck plays. So literally the first effect sets up the second effect, and of course having another way just for your rank 10 play is very huge, especially on the part where the monster that you summon doesn't have its effects negated, meaning that any other effects that it has will still trigger. So once again, another good new addition because it also searches. And now it's time to evolve Gustav Max again to Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Rocket, which is a rank 10 Earth machine Exceed monster with 5000 attack and 3000 defense, requires 3 level 10 monsters, but you're not going to do that because you're going to be using its own effect once per turn. You can also Exceed summon this card by discarding one card along with using the Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max you control and transfer its materials to this card. In a way, it's kind of like using a rank of magic for one of your Exceed monsters, except that you're just using any card for its Exceed summon, and that one discard is sometimes fine considering that you also still have graveyard effects, on top of the fact that you're summoning a 5k beater on the board, in which the first effect is when your opponent activates a monster effect and this card has an Exceed material, you can negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that monster and inflict 1000 points of damage to your opponent, and the effect is hard once per turn. With the second effect, having high attack is going to have a downside where once per turn during the end phase, detach one material from this card or destroy it. So as much as I love the hard once per turn negate while also being a 5k beater that could also kill your opponent, I kind of don't like the last effect of it just because you can either detach a material or blow itself up. But it is also nice that it is pretty easy to summon while also still being able to use the original Gustav Max to just hurt your opponent 2000 points of damage by its effect. So I would say that this is pretty good as a big beater along with a 1 free negate per turn that also burns your opponent and can potentially survive for multiple turns, just because if you summon this the normal way, you're going to definitely have at least 2 or 3 materials. And now to a new train, Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Flying Launcher, which is a rank 10 Earth machine with 3800 attack, 3000 defense, requires 2 level 10 monsters, which just makes it pretty generic, in which the first and third effect are both hard once per turn. The first one being if this card's Exceed summon, you can add one Earth machine monster or Barrage Blast from your deck to your hand. Once again, another one of those big boss monsters that let you search on summon, in which the second effect is that during the main phase, you can normal summon one machine monster from your hand in addition to your normal summon, and of course you can only get this effect once per turn, which is of course very helpful just to extend some more plays, and once again it's another big boss monster that technically just extends more plays. But the third one is definitely the main one because you can detach any number of materials from this card to target as many spells and traps on the field and destroy them. So technically it's a generic rank 10, but more so for machines, but it is nice that you can use the last effect for any deck just to nuke your opponent's spells and traps. But for rank 10 trains, you definitely must play, as it literally just sets you up along with giving you some more better effects. And finally to our last card, Exponential Schedule, which is a normal spell and each effect is a hard once per turn. And the first one is that you add one special schedule or one urgent schedule from your deck to your hand, then special summon one schedule token that is a level 10 Earth machine with 3000 attack and defense to your opponent's field. Why are you summoning to your opponent's field? It's so you can blow it up and burn your opponent some damage, because that's what most of the trains do. In which the second effect is that you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one level 10 machine from your graveyard or banishment and set one card you control to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon that monster. basically lets you search, and then after that, since you have continuous spells and traps in this deck as well, you can always send one of those cards and then of course special summon that monster, which will literally just give you more plays. And in a way, special summoning that token to your opponent's field is kind of fine if you're going to end up blowing it up, because blowing it up means also burning your opponent some damage. So overall, it's a pretty decent card, mainly just for the search and setup. And so that's it for the new rank 10 train support for Blazing Dominion. What do you guys think of it? As you can hear based on how many people would call it, rank 10 trains means rank 10 exceeds, with a train theme aesthetic, and it was one of those decks that I kind of liked when it was first introduced but never built it, just because of the rank 10 aspect, and it was very simple to play as well, as it's also just about blowing your opponent's stuff and then burning them damage. My only disappointment is that they didn't rank up number 81, which was also a train, because it would have been awesome if they decided to rank up a number, especially since the sister of the character that plays the rank 10 trains also technically plays a battleship that also works with rank 10 trains, since it was a rank 10 exceed that got ranked up, so it would just be cool if Anna had her number and then just ranked up her number. But oh well, we did get to see some cool support for one of the archetypes that is pretty much forgotten, so I am pretty happy to see. But other than that, that's it for this, and see you next time.